Turn the city down, turn the heart up. Dashboard post flickering, pink glow on my skin. Every number, every icon, like a mood I keep within. Engine humming slow and gentle, like it's learning how to care. While my chest keeps tapping rhythms I ain't ready to compare. I've been spending all my daylight in a body on alert. Every noise a possible danger, every glance of maybe her. Walking around with hidden sirens buried deep behind my ribs. Calling code red on emotions I just label as it lives. So I slide into the driver's seat and let this metal speak. Let the lo-fi drums and bass translate the language of the week. Where I'm fine turns into verses, where whatever turns to tears. Where I finally see my coping laid out crystal in the gears. Purple sky beyond the windshield drip like watercolor calm. While the LEDs spit down my Elvis trauma in my palm. And for once I'm not outrunning all the thoughts that chase my name. I'm just letting them sit shock. I'm putting words around the flame. Dashboard post beating on low. 420 little mirror for the storms I never show. Blues guitar shimmer, smoke in the air. I'm not trying to be fearless, I'm just trying to be aware. If tomorrow feels too heavy, I'll come back to where I trust. Watch my heartbeat in the neon of this dashboard post. I remember all the mornings where I woke up in a spin. Heart already sprinting laps before the day could even begin. Scrolling headlines, scrolling timelines, taking panic like a pill. Checking charts on other people just to judge my own uphill. Every win becomes a warning that I'm lagging far behind. Every loss becomes a prophecy that's carved inside my mind. So I leash myself to metrics, let them drag me across the floor. Then I wonder why I'm breathless when I hit the office door. But the dashboard doesn't ask me for achievements or a grade, just reflects the way I'm driving, just receives the moves I made in tonight. It's telling softly that my speed is finally mine, that I get to choose the tempo of this rattling little spine. I see 40 on the meter, feel 90 in my veins. So I breathe until the digits in my heartbeat share the reins. Let the numbers drift to even, let my hands unclench the pain. Till the inside and the outside run a more forgiving lane. Dashboard post beating on low. 420 little mirror for the storms I never show. Blues guitar shimmer, smoke in the air. I'm not trying to be fearless, I'm just trying to be aware. If tomorrow feels too heavy, I'll come back to where I trust. Watch my heartbeat in the neon of this dashboard post. Maybe calm is not a preset, not a button I can press. Maybe it's a conversation with the systems in distress. Checking in with tired muscles, asking what you're trying to say, instead of muting every signal, driving further anyway. So I treat each little twitch like a voice that wants to see. Give it space beside the hazard light and heater at my feet. We negotiate a truce between my habits and my heart, promising I'll tap the brakes before I tear myself apart. By the time I hit the corner near the place I call my home, I can feel my inner thunder fade from war drum into foam. Still some lightning on the edges, still some tremble in my hands. But I'm not the same tornado that was ripping through these lands. I pull over, keep the stereo on low engine at rest. Watch the tachometer settle like a breath inside my chest. And I thank this quiet cockpit for reflecting what is real, for the way it doesn't judge me when I let my circuit heal. Then I tap the wheel and whisper to the kid inside my bones. You ain't crazy for this heartbeat, you ain't weak for all these tones. We just never had a language for the storms that flash and fuss. Now we got a little lighthouse in this dashboard post. Dashboard post beating on low. 420 little mirror for the storms I never show. Blues guitar shimmer, smoke in the air. I'm not trying to be fearless, I'm just trying to be aware. If tomorrow feels too heavy, I'll come back to where I trust. Watch my heartbeat in the neon of this dashboard post. Lights blink out, doors unlock. Night trades purple in a rust, but I walk in just a bit more tune to everything I must. If they ask me how I'm learning not to drown in my own pulse, I'll say I've been taking night class with the dashboard as my walls.
city down, turn the heart up. Dashboard pulse flickering, pain glow on my skin. Every number, every icon, like a mood I keep within. Engine humming slow and gentle, like it's learning how to care. While my chest keeps tapping rhythms, I ain't ready to compare. I've been spending all my daylight in a body on alert. Every noise a possible danger, every glance a maybe hurt. Walking around with hidden sirens buried deep behind my ribs. Calling code red on emotions I just label as I live. So I slide into the driver's seat and let this metal speak. Let the lo-fi drums and bass translate the language of the weak. Where I'm fine turns into verses, where whatever turns to tears. Where I finally see my coping laid out crystal in the gears. Purple sky beyond the windshield drip like watercolor calm. While the LED speedometer is trauma in my palm. And for once I'm not out running all the thoughts that chase my name. I'm just letting them sit shotgun, putting words around the flame. Dashboard post, beating on low. 420 little mirror for the storms I never show. Blues guitar shimmer, smoke in the air. I'm not trying to be fearless, I'm just trying to be aware. If tomorrow feels too heavy, I'll come back to where I trust. Watch my heart beat in the neon of this dashboard post. I remember all the mornings where life has been the bread. Checking into new distractions in a chain of cheap forget. Drinking playlists like they liquor, packing feelings in a trust. Watch my heart beat in the neon of this dashboard. I remember the morning sentence where I woke up in a spin. Heart already sprinting last before the day could even begin. Scrolling headlines, scrolling timelines, taking panic like a pill. Checking charts and other people just to judge my own appeal. Every win becomes a warning that I'm lagging far behind. Every loss becomes a prophecy that's carved inside my mind. So I leash myself to metrics, let them drag me across the floor. Then I wonder why I'm breathless when I hit the office door. But the dashboard doesn't ask me for achievements or a grade. Just reflects the way I'm driving, just receives the moves I made. And tonight it's telling softly that my speed is finally mine. That I get to choose a tempo, what is rattling little spine. I see 40 on the meter, feel 90 in my veins. So I breathe until the digits in my heartbeat share the reins. Let the numbers drift to even, let my hands unclench the pain. Till the inside and the outside run a more forgiving lane. Dashboard post, beating on low. 420 little mirror for the storms I never show. Blues guitar shimmer, smoke in the air. I'm not trying to be fearless, I'm just trying to be aware. If tomorrow feels too heavy, I'll come back to where I trust. Watch my heart beat in the neon of this dashboard. Maybe calm is not a praise and not a button I can press. Maybe it's a conversation with the systems in distress. Checking in with tired muscles, asking what you trying to say. Instead of muting every signal, driving further anyway. So I treat each little twitch like a voice that wants to see. Give it space beside the hazard light and heater at my feet. We negotiate a truce between my habits and my heart. Promising I'll tap the brakes before I tear myself apart. By the time I hit the corner near the place I call my home, I can feel my inner thunder fade from wardrobe in the foam. Still some lightning on the edges, still some tremble in my hands. But I'm not the same tornado that was ripping through these lands. I pull over, keep the stereo and low engine and rest. Watch the tachometer settle like a breath inside my chest. And I thank this quiet cockpit for reflecting what is real. For the way it doesn't judge me when I let my circuit heal. Then I tap the wheel and whisper to the kid inside my bones. You ain't crazy for this hobby, you ain't weak for all these tones. We just never had a language for the storms that flash and fuss. Now we got a little lighthouse in this dashboard post. Dashboard post, beating on low. 420 little mirror for the storms I'll never show. Blues guitar shimmer, smoke in the air. I'm not trying to be fearless, I'm just trying to be aware. If tomorrow feels too heavy, I'll come back to where I trust. Watch my heart beat in the neon of this dashboard. Lights blink outdoors, unlock nitrates, purple in a rust. But I walk in just a bit more tuned to everything I must. If they ask me how I'm learning not to drown in my own pulse, I'll say I've been taking night class with the dashboard as my walls.
Don't fit in the trunk, so they ride up front with me.
Glove box full of letters that I never sent or read. Folded corners, faded ink, ghosts of things I left for dead. Receipts from conversations where I paid in self-respect. Parking tickets from the nights I couldn't handle what was next. I pull off on a side road where the traffic starts to thin. Kill the lights, let darkness wrap around his metal skin. Purple sunset in the rearview city, humming like a fan, while I sit here with my history in this cramped little can. Handshake as I pop it, hear the plastic hinge complain. Smell of paper dust and perfume from a long forgotten rain. There's a note from younger me with shaky pen and open heart, talking about a future version that would never fall apart. I laugh a little bitter, then I soften at the edge, cause he thought that being strong meant never slipping off the ledge. Didn't know that being human meant you cry inside the car, meant you crumble in the driveway after playing superstar. Glove box letters, spilling on my knees. 420 little pages of the people I've been pleased. Blues in the speakers, smoke in the dome. I'm reading every version that was searching for a home. If tomorrow says forget it, I'll still know what matters better, cause tonight I'm at my past self in these glove box letters. There's a scribbled torn confession to a friend I let drift out. I'm so scared of being needy, so I joke instead of shout. I can see the way I folded it, addressed it, never sent. Chose to keep the hurt neutral rather than risk discontent. Another page from some old lover I kept chasing past the end. Every line of sugar venom, every baby not a friend. I'll do better, I'll be present, written 3, 4, 5 times down. But the ink stops mid-apology like they vanished from the town. I hold it to the dome, I see my own name spelled in blue. Feel the weight of all the chances that I gave him more than 2. Then I slide it in a different stack, not the one that I forgive. In the pile that says you taught me how I never wanna live. Last I found a crumpled lyric I had started years ago, talking about a smoky skyline and a car in neon glow. Didn't have the words for healing, only knew I felt too much. Now I see that first rough stanza as a prophecy of suck. Glove box letters, spilling on my knees. 420 little pages of the people I've been pleased. Blues in the speakers, smoke in the dome. I'm reading every version that was searching for a home. If tomorrow says forget it, I'll still know what matters better, cause tonight I'm at my past self in these glove box letters. Maybe closure isn't fire, maybe it's a quiet sword. Not a dramatic bonfire and some cinematic shore. Maybe it's just refolding what you wrote when you were scared. Whispering you weren't dramatic, you were hurting unprepared. So I don't toss them out the window, don't set anyone aflame. I just file them by their lessons, not by guilt or by my shame. Stack of I deserve much better, stack of I was doing fine. Stack of you were only human, written right across the spine. I put younger me's old letter in a slot marked handle now. Write a footnote on the back saying we survived it all somehow. Slip the lover's final promise in a drawer marked never again. Keep a copy as a warning for the next time pain looks like a friend. Then I take that half the lyric and I finish every line. Drive the same deserted back road till the chorus starts to rhyme. Turn the hurt into a rhythm, turn the shame into a key. Make the glove box less a coffin, more a time capsule for me. When I shut it, it sounds softer like it's lighter by a ton. And my chest feels kinda similar like a thunderstorm half you done. I pull back onto the main road with a slightly clearer view, knowing all those past additions make the current one more true. Glove box letters, spilling on my knees. 420 little pages of the people I've been pleased. Blues in the speakers, smoke in the dome. I'm reading every version that was searching for a home. If tomorrow says forget it, I'll still know what matters better, cause tonight I'm at my past self in these glove box letters. Snap it shut, wipe my eyes, shift the gear from park to drive. I ain't rid of all my ghosts, but they're more organized to thrive. If they ask me how I learned to treat my history as a helper, I'll say one night on a back street with a glove box full of letters. Numbers on the dash, numbers in my head, trying to measure where I've been, where I am, where I bled. Odometer rolling slow, little white teeth counting years. Every digit like a bookmark in the story of my fears. I've been watching that thing climb since the day I got this ride. Using miles as meditation, using streets to try and hide. Some folks brag about the low count, say the life is still brand new. Others flex at high mileage like a badge of what they flew. I just stare at all these numbers like they tally in my pain. As if distance equals progress, as if asphalt equals gain. How many new these kilometers when we running from my truth? How many late night loops around the block since I was you? How many times did I go nowhere just to feel like I was gone? How many tankfuls did I burn so I could keep pretending strong? Purple gradient on the skyline, instrument panel glowing dim. Lo-fi beat inside the cabin like a second softer hymn. And I start to ask the question I've been dodging all this time. What if mileage on my mind doesn't mean I'm in my prime? Mileage on my mind, numbers on the dial, 420 little counts in session every mile. Blues guitar calling bass saying breathe. I don't have to overtime just to earn the right to grieve. If tomorrow I ain't further in the ways they wanna find, I still know I learned a lot from all this mileage on my mind. I remember different cities I pulled in to feel and spent. Thought a change of local air would fix the way my heart was bent. Photo on the corner with a fake relaxed facade, posting new beginnings while I wrestle with my God. Same anxiety in the carry-on, same voices in the back, whispering you're still behind, you gotta double up the track. Didn't matter if the skyline switched from glass to mountain stone. Every highway led me straight to being scared to be alone. So I started counting victories that'll show up on the gauge. Little days I let myself step off the performance stage. Times I said I can't and I didn't type a paragraph. Moments in the driver's seat I let myself just cry and laugh. Those don't show in odometers or maintenance laws or charts, but they add up somewhere deeper in the mileage of my heart. Like the evening I turn around before I hit the exit street, or the morning I chose coffee with my dad instead of sleep. Mileage on my mind, numbers on the dial, 420 little counts in session every mile. Blues guitar calling bass saying breathe. I don't have to overdrive just to earn the right to grieve. If tomorrow I ain't further in the ways they wanna find, I still know I learned a lot from all this mileage on my mind. Maybe growth ain't in the distance, but in how I ride the same. In the road I take through feelings that keep showing up with blame. Maybe 20 loops around my block in front, and what I flee is worth more than 1,000 miles. And look how busy I can be. So I write a different ledger in the fog upon the glass. Known to stay when I was triggered, let that painful moment pass. Didn't text them back at 2 a.m., didn't chase the old high. Chose to park and breathe instead of sinking in the light. Now when someone asks you been around, you seen a lot of land, I can smile and say I've traveled more inside than what you're thinking, man. Talk about the times I met myself at 3 a.m. on empty streets. Not the tourist destinations, but the internal sweaty seas. And when I glance down at that cluster with its aging little face, I don't only see the wear and tear, the rusted chips to chase. I see proof that I kept going when it might have felt like style proof. I turn my worst collisions into canvases on time. I turn the volume just a bit so I can hear the tires hum. Add the sound into the choir saying look at what you've done. Not in numbers on a website or in cash up in a stack, but in miles of being honest on a road that love me back. Mileage on my mind, numbers on the dial, 420 little counts in session every mile. Blues guitar calling bass saying breathe. I don't have to overdrive just to earn the right to grieve. If tomorrow I ain't further in the ways they wanna find, I still know I learned a lot from all this mileage on my mind. I pull into my same old street, same old parking spot and all, but the distance that I travel doesn't fit on what they call. If they ask me what I'm proud of, I won't point to some grand sign. I'll just nod toward the windshield, say it's mileage on my mind. Yeah. Let the sky do the crying for me tonight. Yeah. Rearview rainfall, streaks across the glass, every drop a tiny memory trying to drag me to the past. Wipers move like second chances, back and forth on what I've done, clearing just enough of vision so I still can see the run. Purple city in the distance, smudge watercolor glow, dashboard humming like it knows about every storm I never show. I've been holding in a hurricane behind this quiet grin, treating thunder in my chest like it's some unforgivable sin. So I pull onto a shoulder where the highway thins to breathe, let the hazard lights blink gently like a pulse that's underneath. Lo-fi guitar in the speakers, crying soft but never loud, bassline like a steady hand in a panic crowded crowd. Raindrops drumming on the rooftop like 1,000 tiny feet, running laps around my worries till they too tired to compete. And I whisper to the mirror, voice all shaky, you can break. Ain't nobody here but asphalt, they can handle what you shake. Rearview rainfall, washing out the frame. 420, little cleansing for the guilt I never named. Pools and chords around me, smoke in the air. I don't have to hold a flood to keep the world from feeling scared. If tomorrow I'm still fragile, that's a truth I won't restrain. Cause tonight I let the sky cry with this rearview rainfall. In the lane, in the lane, I remember every moment I was taught to toughen up. Spilled my heart out on the table, they just wiped it with a cup. Said you're sensitive, you're drama, so I turned my volume down. Started drowning in the silence just to keep from being clowned. Every breakup, every loss, I took a solo secret hit. Drove around until the feeling shrank enough that I could quit. Pull back up like I'm good fam, like the storm ain't nearly killed. Like my eyes went red from weather that I never once fulfilled. Now the raindrops on the taillights paint a halo on the road. Little halo saying crying never made you less than bold. So I let a couple fall, let them roll along my jaw. Let them blur the color numbers in this glowing metal mall. It don't make me any weaker that my vision's getting wet. If anything, it's proof I'm human, proof I'm not a broken set. I could hold a wheel and tremble, I can rap and still be raw. I can drive through every shower without hiding what I saw. Rearview rainfall, washing out the frame. 420, little cleansing for the guilt I never named. Rules of chords around me, smoke in the air. I don't have to hold a flood to keep the world from feeling scared. If tomorrow I'm still fragile, that's a truth I won't restrain. Cause tonight I let the sky cry with this rearview rainfall. In the lane, maybe strength ain't in the dryness of your pillow or your eyes. Maybe courage is the moment you stop telling them you're fine. When you pull off of the freeway just to sob into your hands. When you give yourself permission not to play who they demand. So I treat this rainy breakdown like a maintenance checkup due. Like the engine finally sputtered saying listen, this is you. Top off grief, inspect the anger, clear the shame from every line. Rotate boundaries like the tires so they wear a bit more fine. When the storm begins to lighten and the clouds turn patchy gray, I can feel a little hollow where the heaviness would stay. Not an empty, scary hollow, more like room to finally breathe. Like the cabin got expanded by the tears that had to leave. I merged back into the traffic with my hazards off at last. Vision clearer than this morning, hands not trembling like the past. And the raindrops left on metal, glisten rolls along the hood. Like a crowd that came to watch me prove that breaking can be good. So the next time I feel thunder building quietly inside, I won't wait until I'm flooded just to find a place to hide. I'll remember this small shoulder where the sky cried on my behalf. Where the rearview rainfall taught me I can fall apart and laugh. Rearview rainfall, washing out the frame. 420, little cleansing for the guilt I never named. Music chords around me, smoke in the air. I don't have to hold the flood to keep the world from feeling scared. If tomorrow I'm still fragile, that's a truth I won't restrain. Cause tonight I let the sky cry with this rearview rainfall. In the lane, wipers rest, clouds break, city shimmers back in sight. I roll on a little lighter through the remnants of the night. If they ask me how I cope when on my edges feel insane, I'll say sometimes I park and listen to rearview rainfall in my lane. Yeah.
cup holder conscience, sitting by the gear, catching all the little rappers from the lies I told this year. Empty bottles on my mocha list from don't worry I'm fine. Crumbled napkin scribbled over, never mind, forget his line. I've been dropping every secret in this tiny hollow ring, like a wishing well for truths that I'm too nervous to bring. Every maybe we should talk, torn and quarters shoved inside. Every hey that kinda hurt I chose instead to let slide. Tonight I'm on the backstreet where the streetlights come in gaps. Pockets of a softer darkness like forgiveness on the maps. Lo-fi keys and minor chords hover warm against the chill. Bass a low and steady verdict saying you can stop and feel. I look down at that small circle overflowing with my waist. Realize I've been recycling all the words I never faced. Turn my conscience to a trash can for relationship debris. Now it's time to do a cleanup, time to listen honestly. Cup holder conscience overflowing high. 420 little bin for every truth I let go by. Blues guitar crying, smoke in the dome. I gotta stop taking my honesty and leaving it at home. If tomorrow I want peace and every promise that I keep, I gotta empty out this plastic where my conscience fell asleep.
I pick up a no receipt from when I paid for both the meals, even though they said I got it. And then bro, let's keep it real. Thought it's fine, it's not that deep, but some part of me took note. Tick mark in the ledger where resentment clears his throat. Next I find a straw rapper from a ride with someone close. They were joking about my trauma like a late night TV host. I just laughed and changed the subject, let the moment disappear. But this tiny ring remember what my pride refused to hear. There's a folded fast food napkin with the number never used. Wrote it down from opportunity, I convinced myself to lose. Told myself you ain't the type, you're too heavy, you're too strange. So I ghosted my own future for the comfort of this cage. All these little paper fossils start to weigh like bricks of lead. Not because they're big offense, but because they go unsaid. So I sort them like a DJ flipping records in the booth. Cue the needle on a matter as the only vinyl truth.
Cup holder conscience overflowing high. 420 little bin for every truth I let go by. Blues guitar crying, smoke in the dome. I gotta stop taking my honesty and leaving it at home. If tomorrow I want peace and every promise that I keep, I gotta empty out this plastic where my conscience fell asleep. Maybe courage is confronting every slight and heated tone. Maybe it's in not betraying what you feel when you're alone. Not in starting bigger fires, but in saying hey that's real. And replying actually it bothered me the way you made me feel. So I practice in this cabin talking to the empty seat, saying that joke was kinda rough, I need more effort when we meet. I can carry all your chaos if you never check on mine. I deserve more than a maybe and a half invested line.
One by one I toss the scraps into a bag beside the brake. Plan to trash them at the station where I fuel up for the sake. Not to bury what they show me, but to clear some sacred space, so new moments ain't polluted by the ghosts of my disgrace. When I pull back on the highway, circle lit from phones, faint club order sitting empty like a field before the snow. Ready now for water bottles, coffee, things that keep me up. Not a landfill for the words that I keep swallowing in the cup. And my conscience feel more present, sitting up right at the wheel. Whispering we say we speak up when they cross the way you feel. Promising to tap my shoulder when I start to say it's fine, cause it knows that every smallest nothing stacks into a mind.
Cup holder conscience overflowing high. 420 little bin for every truth I let go by. Blues guitar crying, smoke in the dome. I gotta stop taking my honesty and leaving it at home. If tomorrow I won't be peace and every promise that I keep, I gotta empty out this plastic where my conscience fell asleep. Gas stop, trash drop, engine humming back in tune. Cabin smelling less like secrets, more like midnight, more like room. If they ask me how I learned to quit betraying my own signs, I'll say I cleaned out a small circle and rewrote my inner lines.
Turn the blink around. under pressure for a minute. All day I've been the main lane, getting tailgated by stress. Deadlines riding on my bumper, honking, move, no second guess. Every how you doing felt like what you bringing to the table. Every smile a small performance, every final practice fable. Now the sun dipped under buildings, left a purple afterglow. And my chest still shifting gears like it forgot how slow can go. So I flipped that little lever, let the blink tick like a clock. Ease into the shoulder lane and let the universe unlock. Engine humming, soft confession, tires hissing over dust. I've been running on assumptions that my worth is in the trust. That if I'm not always useful, I'll get written off the map. That I gotta keep on giving even if I break my back. But the shoulder doesn't judge me for the pace I need tonight. Doesn't ask me for a reason, doesn't bathe me in its light. Just a stretch of rough forgiveness where I'm free to catch my breath, where I'm free to say I'm tired without justifying death. Shoulder lanes, gravel under wheels, 420, little refuge for the way my spirit feels. Blues guitar whispering, smoke in the cab. I don't have to keep a speed to prove the value that I have. If tomorrow I rejoin them in that loud impatient train, I'll remember I can always pull into the shoulder lane. I replay a dozen moments from the week that just went by. All the times I bit my tongue when I was dying to reply. When they cracked a joke at someone, I just laughed to keep the peace. When they piled another task on and I signed it like a lease. I was scared of being difficult, of taking up some space. So I shrank into a yes man wearing someone else's face. But the stretch of faded asphalt doesn't need me to be small. Doesn't punish my refusal, doesn't dock me when I stall. I let music fill the cabin with a lazy vinyl hits. Let the hi-hat play reminders of the softest things I miss. Like the way my lungs feel bigger when I say not now, can't do. Like the way my shoulders loosen when I choose myself like you. I think back to younger versions who were never taught to rest. Only praised for pushing harder, never asked what felt the best. So they turned exhaustion sacred, turned collapse into a skill. Now I'm here negotiating every old inherited bill. Shoulder lane solace, gravel under wheels, 420, little refuge for the way my spirit feels. Blues guitar whispering, smoke in the cab. I don't have to keep a speed to prove the value that I have. If tomorrow I rejoin them in that loud impatient train, I'll remember I can always pull into the shoulder lane. Maybe peace ain't in the finish line, they draw a neon paint. Maybe sane ain't in the context of I worked until I faint. Maybe holy is the moment when you listen to your chest, hear it begging for a timeout and you grant that small request. So I sign a quiet treaty with the rumble of this car. I will not ignore the tremble just to chase a golden star. If my hands begin to shiver, if my thoughts begin to spin, I'll remember there is gravel where I'm welcome to pull in. When I finally merge back over, join the slow lane on the ride. I'm not cured of all my worries, but they're softer in the light. I don't floor it out of guilt, I just ease into the flow, holding on to what the shoulder taught my overloaded soul. If a friend one day confesses that they feel like they might break, I'll remind them of the option that I never knew to take. Tell them you are not a breakdown just because you need to pause. You're a driver with a body that deserves a kind of cause. Street signs flicker past in sequence, exit numbers, miles to go. But beneath that information is a truth I now can know. I am worth a gentle journey even when no one can see. And the shoulder lane solace will be there again for me. Shoulder lane solace, gravel under wheels, 420, little refuge for the way my spirit feels. Blues guitar whispering, smoke in the cab. I don't have to keep a speed to prove the value that I have. If tomorrow I rejoin them in that loud impatient train, I'll remember I can always pull into the shoulder lane. Turn the blinker on, keep the lesson on. Now it keeps rolling, I keep rolling, but the panic's slightly gone. If they ask me how I didn't lose my mind inside that strain, I'll say I learned to hit the signal for a shoulder lane.
before the engine even wakes. Ignition insecurity, shiver in my hand. Every turn of this small metal feels like more than I can stand. Cause I've tied my destination to my value for so long. If I stall out on a driveway, I start thinking I am wrong. Friends flex, early bird on grind. Post they hustle at first light. I'm still sitting in the driver's seat, negotiate fire flight. Checking mirrors, checking messages, checking if I'm still enough. Like the way I twist this key decides if I am weak or tough. But the dashboard staying silent doesn't mean that I am less. It just means this little vessel needs some kindness, needs a rest. So I breathe before I crank it, let the tension melt a bit. Let my chest slow down from sprinting over things that may not hit. Purple dawn behind the buildings paints a bruise across the morn. And I realize half my worry came from how I've been reborn. As a servant to an image that can never quite be fed. As a prisoner of the feeling that I'm always just a thread. Ignition insecurity, I feel it in my bones. 420 little ritual to rewrite these overtones. Blues keys dropping gentle, bass like steady ground. I don't have to start the day at full speed just to stick around. If I'm slower to get moving than the ones I see online, that's okay, I lock in when I'm ready. Not when fear says you're behind. Not when fear says you're behind. I remember being younger, watching idols on the screen, talking 5 a.m. routines like that's the only way to dream. So I forced my eyes wide open when my body begged for sleep. Drank anxiety like coffee, made my peace a thing to keep. When the engine whined in protest, cause I skipped too many checks. I call myself dramatic, blame my heart for all the wrecks. Didn't change the oil of habits, didn't rotate toxic friends. Just expected sheer momentum to erase the twists and bends. Now I sit here in the driveway, letting sunlight fill the dash. Ask myself some softer questions, and how quick can I make cash? Like what version of you really do you wanna show today? And who gets the keys to hurt you, who gets blocked along the way? I ain't gotta prove I'm hungry by devouring my joy. Ain't gotta prove I'm driven by destroying inner boy. I can hustle from a heartbeat that is steady, not in fear. I can turn this key with kindness once my motives all are clear. Ignition insecurity, I feel it in my bones. 420 little ritual to rewrite these overtones. Blues keys dropping gentle, bass like steady ground. I don't have to start the day at full speed just to stick around. If I'm slower to get moving than the ones I see online, that's okay, I lock in when I'm ready. Not when fear says you're behind. Not when fear says you're behind. Maybe there's no medal for the earliest to burn, no award for most exhausted or for fastest crash and turn. Maybe trophies I should chase or quiet moments I choose me. Like the day I skipped the race just cause my soul needs to be free. So I offer up this morning to the part of me that shakes, saying we'll start when we are ready, not for other people's stakes. Turn the key not as a weapon but as handshake with my ride. Promise we will go together, mind and motor side by side. Finally the engine catches low, growl under my feet. Not a roar of force ambition, just a hum that feels complete. I roll slowly out the driveway, keep it gentle down the street. No performing for the neighbors, no pretending I'm elite. If I hit a red corner, I don't curse it like before. Let it be a tiny breather, not a personal report. Let my fingers tap the rhythm on the leather of the wheel. Thankful I can even notice how my choking starts to heal. I might still have days I panic when the starter flinches twice. Still might compare my ignition to somebody else's price. But I keep coming back to mornings where I sat and didn't rush, where I chose to wait for wisdom instead of driving on a crush. Ignition insecurity, I feel it in my bones. 420 little ritual to rewrite these overtones. Blues keys dropping gentle, bass like steady ground. I don't have to start the day at full speed just to stick around. If I'm slower to get moving than the ones I see online, that's okay, I lock in when I'm ready. Not when fear says you're behind. Not when fear says you're behind. Pull on to the main road, sun climbing up the side, but the knot inside my stomach loosen slightly on the ride. If they ask me how I learned to stop mistaking slow for weak, I'll say one morning in the driveway with an ignition scared to speak.
same road. Different way this time. Yeah.
Show me your dominance.
Ash on the odometer, tiny gray along the dash. Little proof of every moment that I pulled over to crash. Not the metal, not the bumper, but my chest against the day. All the times I had to park it just to see if I'm okay. Purple skyline in the distance, city glimmer far away. Cabin smelling like confession mixed with gasoline and clay. Tatted fingers on the wheel, veins glow violet in the light. Lo-fi drums behind my thoughts like thunder learning to be slight. I've been driving with a checklist, sitting heavy on my knees. All the things I should have done, all the people I should please. But the gauge is almost empty and my soul is even less. So I trade another mile for just a second less of stress. Flick the ash and watch it settle by the numbers creeping on. Every spark a little sunrise for a part of me that's gone. Every smear a little gravestone for a version that I shed. For the times I called it progress when I only ran from dread.
Ash on the odometer, burn marks on my ears. 420 little rituals to evaporate my fears. Blues guitar floating, bass holding tight. I don't need to outrun everything to make it through the night. If tomorrow I'm no further on the map that they prefer, I'll still know I left some weight and all this ash on the odometer. All this ash on the odometer.
I remember counting miles like they prove I'm not behind. Like the further that I travel, more respect I finally find. Posted pictures from the journey, never showed the panic shakes. Never showed the roadside breakdowns where I questioned all my stakes. Car became a moving office for the secrets in my chest. I would clock in with the seatbelt, try to hide, I need a rest. Turn the music up to drown out all the what if I'm not enough. Push the limit just to say I did, then call that chaos tough. But these numbers on the cluster don't record the nights I stayed alive when self-destruction looked like such a sweet escape. Don't reflect the quiet battles, don't display the unseen wins. Like the time I turned back home instead of calling Neo sin. So I start a new metric written only in my head. Every time I slow down early counts more than what I fled. Every choice to pull the safety when the flashing starts inside. Add 1,000 to my mileage in a way that can't divide.
Ash on the odometer, burn marks on my ears. 420 little rituals to evaporate my fears. Blues guitar floating, bass holding tight. I don't need to outrun everything to make it through the night. If tomorrow I'm no further on the map that they prefer, I still know I left some weight and all this ash on the odometer. All this ash on the odometer.
Maybe distance isn't linear, maybe healing isn't straight. Maybe 5 slow hopeful minutes beat a year lived out in hate. Maybe every tiny flake that drops and disappears from view is a piece of shame I carried that no longer needed glue. So I bless these messy ashes like a weird imperfect snow. Let them settle on the plastic where the factory numbers glow. Turn this dashboard from accountant into witness in the frame. From how far have you been running and the look you didn't end. And the look you didn't end. By the time I reach the exit carved in letters I know well, all the pressure to keep racing doesn't ring the same old bell. I can roll into my driveway with the tank not fully filled, with the to-do list still unfinished, with some dreams yet unfulfilled. Cause the victory ain't the mileage, it's the fact I'm still in here. Still deciding what to leave behind with every little smear. Still allowing space for softness where I used to only grind. Still replacing I'm a failure with I'm trying to be kind. I brush ash off with my thumb, let it fall between the seats. Like a secret little serenade hid beneath suburban streets. And I tell them I was version of me looking at this panel. Don't forget that every fleck you see is proof you dropped the
Ash
schedule.
on the odometer, burn marks on my ears. 420 little rituals to evaporate my fears. Blues guitar floating, bass holding tight. I don't need to outrun everything to make it through the night. If tomorrow I'm no further on the map that they prefer, I still know I left some weight and all this ash on the odometer.
Kill the light, step outside. Let the cool air clean my lungs. Leave the ghost locked in the console with the songs I haven't sung. If they ask me how I learned to drive without that constant spur, I'll say I started reading stories
In the ash, on the odometer. Click. One little sound holding all this metal still.
Parking brake prayer pulled up just outside my block. Street lights, humming gospel while the wheels just had to stop. I've been coasting on momentum that belonged to yesterday, letting autopilot carry me through everything I say. Hands still wrapped around the wheel like they scared to let it go. Cause if I'm not always steering, who am I and will they know? Used to only stop the car when there's something to attend, when the world requested presence, when a crisis called my friend. But tonight I stop for nothing, no demanding, no event, no emergency to justify the space that I have spent. Just a quiet little corner where the asphalt meets the curb, where I finally treat my heartbeat like a thing that might deserve. Lo-fi loop inside the speakers, hazy snares and lazy keys. Purple city in the mirror, windows open to the breeze. I pull that lever till it clicks, feel the chassis settle down like a soldier dropping armor on the outskirts of the town. Parking brake prayer, I ain't going anywhere. 420 little altar in this worn out driver's chair. Blues in the air, smoke in the night. I don't have to be in motion to believe that I'm alright. If tomorrow asks for progress, I'll just nod and leave it there. Cause tonight my greatest movement was this parking brake prayer.
I think about the times I saw pause as blasphemy. Raised on use you every minute, don't waste opportunity. So I stacked my days with favors, left no minute undesigned. Filled the silence up with air and so I never hear my mind. Stood in line at empty parties, stayed too late at hollow bars. Gave my time to people driving me to crash site under stars. Even then when I got home I'd circle once around the block, as if stillness in the driveway would invite some kind of shock.
But this click becomes a ritual to say you're safe, you're here. Nothing's burning without you, let your nervous system clear. And I watch my thoughts arrive like little cars at 3 a.m. Some are taxis full of memories, some are trucks of shame again. Instead of chasing or outrunning, I just watch them pass me by. Let them idle at the stop sign, let them signal, let them try. If they need my full attention, they can circle one more time. I won't sprint into the freeway just cause one horn hits a chime. Parking brake prayer, I ain't going anywhere. 420 little altar in this worn out driver's chair. Blues in the air, smoke in the night. I don't have to be in motion to believe that I'm alright. If tomorrow asks for progress, I'll just nod and leave it there. Cause tonight my greatest movement was this parking brake prayer.
Maybe faith is in the friction that can hold me when I shake, in the rubber, in the cable, in the simple human break. Not in constant holy hustle, not in never letting up, but in pulling to a standstill just to refill my own cup. So I whisper, if there's heaven, it can meet me in this seat. Not just in some quiet loft or kneeling at a preacher's feet. It can find me in this hatchback with the hazard lights on mute, where I'm honest as I've ever been, with no need to prove I'm cute.
By the time I ease it down, take the handle off its hold, there's a quiet in my chest I don't remember being told. Not a silence made of emptiness, but space I didn't have. Like my lungs have found new footage, like my heart can finally laugh. I roll into my driveway with the same old daily weight. Bills and messages and questions still await me at the gate. But I know I got a checkpoint only 2 blocks down the hill, where the world can keep on spinning while I practice being still. And if some night down the future I feel panic start to rise, feel the tears behind my ribcage, feel the static in my eyes, I won't force myself to handle, I won't gun it through the fear. I remember there's a lever I can pull, the rest right here. Parking brake prayer, I ain't going anywhere. 420 little altar in this worn out driver's chair. Blues in the air, smoke in the night. I don't have to be in motion to believe that I'm alright. If tomorrow asks for progress, I'll just nod and leave it there. Cause tonight my greatest movement was this parking brake prayer.
Engine cool, street dim, stairs creep beneath my weight. but I'm climbing with a softness that I didn't have of late. If they ask me where I learned to turn stopping into care, I'll say one night on my own block, saying a parking brake prayer. Parking brake prayer. Same route, different reason tonight.
Headlights on my healing, paint the pavement soft and gold. Every line a little runway for the stories I don't hold. I've been tugging on my breakdown in the corners of my jaw, turning tears into sarcasm, just so no one sees the raw.
Yeah. Purple clouds above the city like a bruise that wouldn't fade. Cabin smelling like confession, leather warm but unafraid. Tatted hand around the wheel, feel the tremor in my grip. Lo-fi drums behind my breathing, taking corners with the ship. I ain't running from a person, I ain't running from a car. I'm just driving with intention, not to outrun life at all. Let the asphalt be a therapist that never writes me notes. Let the smoke spell out the questions I keep swallowing like quotes. What if I was never broken, just exhausted and misread? What if half the things they label crazy kept me safe instead? What if needing reassurance doesn't make me any less? Headlights trace these heavy questions on the face of my distress.
Yeah, headlights on my healing, cutting through the hate. 420, little flashlight on the bars I never praise. Blues guitar floating, bass keeping warm. I don't have to be all better just to weather this storm. If tomorrow I still struggle, that's a story still revealing. But tonight I'm finally driving with these headlights on my healing.
I remember every season I was praised for being strong. Translation, you don't complain, you keep our comfort moving on. Love the way you never trip, you're so calm, you're built for this. They were clapping for the case bars, not the bird they might have missed. So I learned to hold it steady while my hands were going numb. Learn to nod and say it's nothing when my body came undone. Every late night spiral treated like a bug I had to squash. Never like a cry for safety from a heart that's all too much. Now the freeway signs above me glow like options I can choose. Not commandments I must follow or I'm destined just to lose. I can take the scenic exit, I can circle back to home. I can cancel half my plans and still not turn to dust or foam. I repeat that like a mantra as the baseline hugs my chest. Cancellation isn't failure when your nerves are begging rest. When your ribs become a drumline you can't silence with a grin. That's the body pulling fire alarms, not weakness, that's a friend.
Yeah, headlights on my healing, cutting through the haze. 420, little flashlight on the parts I never praise. Blues guitar floating, bass keeping warm. I don't have to be all better just to weather this storm. If tomorrow I still struggle, that's a story still revealing. But tonight I'm finally driving with these headlights on my healing.
Maybe therapy's not couches, maybe grace is not a hymn. Maybe both are in these midnights where the city starts to dim. Where you let the quiet tell you what your mouth refused to say. Where you trace the shape of panic just to learn a gentler way. So I aim these little beams not at some perfect distant goal, but at puddles in the roadway of my nervous pasty soul. Shining light on every pattern that's been tripping up my tires. From the yes I didn't mean to the approval I acquired. By the time I hit the river where the water mirrors sky, I could feel a softer rhythm tapping out beneath my sides. Still some thunder on the edges, still some questions in the air. But I'm not pretending empty, I'm not faking, I don't care. I pull over, leave the low beams on and watch them kiss the guard. See the glow on rusted metal like compassion on a scar. And I promise
promise to the kid inside who thought he had to cope. I will not turn off these headlights just to make them think I'm dope. We can cry and still be worthy, we can shake and still be art. We could cancel and reschedule and still have a beating heart. Then I shift back into drive, roll away but keep the feeling. Knowing now I got a compass in these headlights on my healing.
Headlights on my healing, cutting through the haze. 420 little flashlight on the parts I never praised. Blues guitar floating, bass keeping warm. I don't have to be all better just to weather this storm. If tomorrow I still struggle, that's a story still revealing. But tonight I'm finally driving with these headlights on my healing. Engine cools later on, but that glow stays in my chest, like the echo of a promise that I'll treat myself with rest. If they ask me where I learned to stop concealing what I'm feeling, I'll say, out there on a back road, with my headlights on my healing. Yeah.
Windows crack, volume low. It's me and this plastic breeze between the seats.
Center console confessions, little altar by my thigh. Holding lighters, crumpled change and all the thoughts I let drift by. Every drive I've ever taken, it's been right here in the middle. Catching ashes from my cope and catching echoes of my fiddle. Tonight I slide the cover back and stare into that small black rectangle of storage where I've hidden half my car. Old receipts from tired mornings, broken pens from frantic notes. Half a joint from that one evening when I swore I'd chill my throats. I've been dropping guilt and habit in this pocket like a pit, telling me you'll deal with it while I floor it just a bit. But the slow jam in the speaker says we're not out running more. Says tonight we open drawers, we always slamming, just ignore. Purple haze beyond the windshield like a bruised but gentle dawn, while my fingers fish for secrets underneath this plastic foam. Find a scribble sticky label, don't bring this up, let it go. Funny how a tiny note can weigh more than what I show.
Center console confession, laid out in the light. 420 little truths I kept just out of sight. Loser chords floating, smoke in the frame. I'm sorting every never mind and calling it by name. If tomorrow I want peace in my connections and directions, I gotta start tonight with these center console confessions.
There's a wristband from a funeral I drove to in the rain. Never cried inside the chapel, held it down to look okay. But on the way back to the city, every song just sounded wrong. So I gripped this wheel in silence, trying not to fall apart too long. Dropped the band into this pocket like I drop a piece of trash. Told myself no time for grieving, you got deadlines, you got cash. But my chest been holding vigil for a goodbye that I skipped. And this rubber faded wristband is the truth that almost slipped. Next I find a tiny charger, true from nervous curbside waits. Nights I sat outside in their dress, wonder if they'd reciprocate. Scrolling through their recent stories, looking for my face or name. Feeling small each time I realized I was sideways to their game. Every twist of that cheap cable was me twisting round my worth. Letting how fast they responded be the measure of my earth. So I coil it with compassion, place it gently on the seat. Whisper you don't hold my value, you were just a symptom B, yeah.
Center console confession, laid out in the light. 420 little truths I kept just out of sight. Glued your chords floating, smoke in the frame. I'm sorting every never mind and calling it by name. If tomorrow I want peace in my connections and directions, I gotta start tonight with these center console confessions, yeah.
Maybe honesty ain't just the words I say to someone else. Maybe it's the quiet moments I stop gaslighting myself, admitting, yeah, it kinda hurt. I wanted more than what I got. I deserved a softer ending than a lefty red forgot. So I treat this plastic chasm like a tiny wooden pew. Fold my hands around the steering wheel and tell myself it's true. I was loyal to the wrong ones cause I didn't know my wealth, but I'm learned to choose people who remember I got health. I put the wristband in the visor where the sunrise gonna hit. Give my grief a front row window, not a hidden dusty pit. Tell that younger me who rushed it, we can cry some on the drive. We don't have to keep pretending that you're lucky just to survive. I stashed the Chudy up charger in a bag marked lessons learned. Not as trash but as reminder of the love I finally earned. Where response time ain't a metric for how worthy that I be. Where I don't refresh the screen just to feel like I can breathe. Then I sweep the random clutter from this console to the floor. Vacuum space for newer habits I ain't practiced much before. Like saying that comment stung, I felt lonely in that room. Can we talk about what happened when I'd rather just presume? By the time I slide the cover shut, it feels a little light. Like that plastic piece between the seats gave me some kind of right. Not absolution, not perfection, but permission to be real. Permission to bring my confessions out the middle of the steel. Center console confessions laid out in the light. 420 little truths I've kept just out of sight. Music chords floating, smoke in the frame. I'm sorting every never mind and calling it by name. If tomorrow I want peace in my connections and directions, I gotta start tonight with these center console confessions.
Yeah.
Gear and drive, lid closed, but the habit's cracked and clear. I'm not leaving every secret in that pocket trapped in gear. If they ask me how I started speaking up about my lessons, I'll say alone one purple evening with center console confession.